Hello and welcome to our U.S. Open discussion here at 5K Tennis. Today is August 28, 2019. It is Wednesday and we are on show 117. Hola y bienvenido a otra discusión del U.S. Open acá en 5K Tennis. Hoy es el miércoles, agosto 28 de 2019 y estamos en el programa 117.
She went off on that one. I always love to hear that, right?
Oh, I have to practice because I'm supposedly going to be teaching Spanish to little kids and adults, so I better get used to it.
Yeah, big shout out to Carla that landed her first Spanish teaching class here on Dolphin Island, so big shout out to you.
Thanks. I'm a bit nervous, but...
her native language, so I don't think it will be a problem. Just be yourself, as I would advise to you, and you will be just fine. Round 2, U.S. Open has begun, and it has been a rainy day in New York City. There's like a tropical system, at least some of the outer bands of it that have been traveling up in that direction. Yes, if you follow some of my weather videos, some of them are quite intense, the weather videos I do. The last year has been kind of swag because there hasn't been intense weather, but we've had some good hurricanes come through here. But once tropical weather sets in, it can get kind of soggy, and it's been soggy in New York. So what we were thinking about doing today is kind of doing a more rapid show because tomorrow is going to have a ton of matches. So we have kind of prepared for a long day tomorrow because the U.S. Open now will be nearly a day backed up, right?
Yes. Well, we'll talk about a few matches from last night. I guess there were a couple exciting matches, right?
There was multiple exciting matches, actually, that were good tennis. But I think there are some worth definitely discussing for a moment.
Sure.
A quick fantasy team update. If this is your first time playing our fantasy team challenge, which is a selection of players and the top 2 points accumulators per se. I don't know if that's even a word, the accumulators. It sounds like a soccer team or something. No offense to soccer. But we give out 5K tennis shirts or YTEX shirts. We also do a tennis racket giveaway for a different type of thing. But anyway, we wanted to do a quick fantasy team update after round 1 is now complete. So real quickly, in first place by himself, with some assistance from Raonic's replacement, the lucky loser. Raonic's lucky loser, I think it's Moncharuk, I think is his name, from Poland. However, JMP 1966 is in solo first place with 27 points. A perfect team. He has not lost anyone yet, and he made a smart decision to play a lot of seeded players outside of the top 20, which means he's going to be bringing a lot of drama for the rest of the tournament because he's going to be landing a lot of 2.12 punches. In second place is George Thomas and myself. I lost one player. George Thomas is still perfect. We both have 25 points, but I went along with JMP 1966 and played a lot of players outside of the top 20. So, not bragging, don't hate, congratulate, but I'm still very much in the thick of things as well, and I hope JMP 1966 doesn't get too comfortable in first place. But George Thomas and myself were tied at 25, but I think, let's go, I will pass up George Thomas relatively quickly. Even though I did lose Venus Williams today. We'll talk about that a little bit. In third place is Dusan Dramikanin. Again, George Thomas and myself are tied. Or Dusan Dramikanin. Dusan has lost 3 people, but he did a smart play as well and played a lot of 20 seed plus, so he's dropping 2-point bombs on every win too. So don't be forgetting Dusan Dramikanin out there. And in fourth place is Yemi Lade, who's only lost 1, who has 22 points. And he has all of his number 1 players. He has the top 20 players, his max amount on both sides. So it's going to be hard for him to bring a lot of drama. So right now, JMP 1966, George Thomas, and myself, 1, 2, 3, bada bang, bada boom. And there's 10 people that are tied at 20 points. Carla is one of them. So anyway, they're sucking up the rear. Let's get down. I can still win this. But JMP 1966 is going to be tough to beat. Moving forward, everyone is still alive in the tennis racket giveaway. There was multiple people that picked Dominic Thiem as one of their finalists.
Bear, come on.
Bear Wharton out there. That one hurt. There was some other ones too, but everyone is still alive because no one picked Dominic Thiem to win, which means that everyone is still alive for the YTEX V-Core 97 tennis racket giveaway, again strung with YTEX Strings. That has been a huge part of doing the fantasy team giveaways with their apparel and strings, right? All right, so everyone's still alive there. Moving forward, so we're going to do the rest of the show kind of rapid fire. And by the way, Carla and I kind of chatted about this for a minute. Over the past year and a half, sometimes we'll get these kind of random messages, hey, try to shorten up your show. So what better way to try to do it and see what the feedback is than on an abbreviated day because of rain?
Yeah, and I'm wearing the color that most people are wearing today at the Grand Slam. I noticed the green. I could wear it the other way with black and green, but I decided to go green. And also, if you see light here, is because I'm watching the scores with Djokovic right now. Seems like he's struggling a bit. His elbow is hurting him. He's giving
shoulder, maybe.
As they said, elbow or shoulder. I don't know. He was giving pain medication. John McNally said maybe the pain medication will kick in. So we'll see what happens.
Wasn't Londero the young man that couldn't find his exact words to translate his dismissal of Sam Querrey, and he was like something like, I don't know what to say, but bye-bye.
Sorry. Maybe he'll say sorry, Djokovic.
Maybe he'll say sorry, Djokovic. You're going bye-bye today. I don't know.
I don't think so, but we'll see.
Well, in the first set of that match, and we're going to get to this, but in the first set of the match, Londero was up a break kind of early, if I remember correctly.
Same thing happened here. Yes,
Djokovic pulled out the trainer timeout, which you could say, well, maybe he's hurting, or maybe it's just a way to let Londero kind of chill out a little bit. Kind of, people get hot, they get on fire. By the way, Carl and I played today. I won today.
Wait a minute, you mentioned this, but I beat you like 3 or 4 other times, and I never mentioned it on the show because I don't care. It does not matter.
Anyway. Okay. Sometimes it's a good idea to slow our opponent down if the rules are there. Use them in a way. We'll talk about this a little bit.
To me, it looks legit.
I'm not saying, but look, you don't have to say his medical timeout. Talking of Djokovic is legit or not legit. It's a rule, and if it's there, you can use it. You can say, well, maybe it's theatrics if it were like Kyrgios, or you could say it was a way to chill the other player out because he, caught on fire.
Sure,
I mean, look, even in basketball or boxing or any sport, if someone just gets on a roll, you got to
timeout.
You got to stop them. Medical timeout, whatever.
Well, they could call a timeout in basketball.
Timeouts, exactly. But you can't really call a timeout in tennis. You have to call a medical timeout. But that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. When you see when we were watching the Cavaliers against the Warriors were smart and go timeout, and it would take them out of their rhythm.
Yeah, you get someone dropping like threes like it's going out of style, like count it. Eventually you're like, whoa,
Gotta slow them down.
Hold up, bro, timeout. So sometimes we have to use that. All right, so real quickly, rapid fire show in a way, and let's see how this goes.
Well, go ahead.
I wanted to say one thing.
You tend to talk a lot. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, what did you want to say?
I wanted to say a correction from last night.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday, we mentioned a hideous outfit, which indeed it was hideous.
It is hideous, yeah.
And it was Andreescu's outfit. I think I misspoke, or I think maybe we misspoke and said it was her match outfit, but it was a practice court. Or was a practice outfit, and a viewer, we had a good conversation. LC caught that.
I thought it was LC.
I see LC. I love the intensity of this guy. You could tell he loved Andreescu, right? You could tell it's like, that's my girl. What are you talking about? That's my girl. What? That was her practice match. That was her practice suit. That wasn't her match suit. What?
Yeah, I give it to him a bit because I like fighting.
I like fighting, but in a good way. And I told this to LC. I was like, this is why we do this channel, because it is smack talk. It is supposed to be in your face, but it's supposed to be without expletives in a sense. He battled for his girl, won his battle, and he was right.
He was right, but he also apologized.
Oh, but vice versa. Love that guy.
But I asked Justin. I said, because they didn't show that match here. We have DirecTV. They show the ESPN and the extra channels, but that match was on Tennis Channel Plus, and I refused to pay for tennis extra more than what you already have to pay.
Yeah, we already pay a lot more.
And so they didn't show that match, and we were trying to find her outfit, because we usually trying to find people's outfit, and then you couldn't find her outfit till today. But that outfit was hideous. I'm so sorry, but it made her look like not a tennis player. I wouldn't wear that even if you gave it to me for free.
I blame Carla for the hideousness. of this whole practice match versus match outfit. She came up.
Excuse me.
It
was your fault because I came back and you said, look at Andreescu's outfit. You even text me and I said, what? That's her outfit? You sure? Are you sure, Justin? Yes, I am sure. You sure? Because that looks like a practice match. I'm sure. Okay, then we'll go with it.
¿Qué pasa, mamacita? ¿Qué pasa?
So,
okay, hold on, wait a minute. She came up with this category about let's do a daily hideousness outfit category. That was her category. Look at the show.
No, best outfit, worst outfit.
Your category was the most ugly or most ridiculous outfit of the tournament.
The day, that day, of every single day.
I was writing my spot, or my part, and I Googled up or typed up, I don't want that to be, sometimes we say certain words and our videos get pulled off. Can I say Google legally?
No,
I don't know.
The reality is that I like Andreescu. You guys know that. He's always getting on her case. Yes,
only because of fitness, but I like her tenacity.
He was looking for her. I didn't. I didn't look for her because I didn't see her match.
Okay, so how this occurred, I put in a search word, hideous U.S. Open outfits today or something, and I clicked on something, and there was this biker short,
It is hideous.
Trungling-Getty.
No one should wear that.
The only thing she was missing on the outfit was that little hat that bikers wear that flip up in the front.
No one should wear that outfit.
You know what I mean?
I don't care if you're like ripped, no body fat. No one should wear that outfit. That was hideous.
It was hideous. So the correction is it was not her match outfit.
Shame on
Nike.
Nike.
It was practice outfit.
Shame on Nike.
But nonetheless, if you're practicing, there's like a couple 100,000 people watching also, and then their selfies that with you in the background are like spreading to the masses relatively quickly. With as well an epitome of an example of the need for fitness there. Real quickly, number 2. We're gonna move through this quickly. Number 2, I think I have a tennis player that I like a lot now. Maybe even so much as on the same level as Sabalenka moving forward. Yes, I said it. Sabalenka, the same one that everyone out there has hated on me for forever, for a year and a half. What are you talking about? Sabalenka, are you serious? What? Carla? What?
I'm still laughing at you. What did she do? Beat Azarenka?
She beat Azarenka. She's won majors, and she beat Sabalenka.
But she's not the same as Azarenka. She used to be.
Kind of like I beat you today. You're not the same Carla you used to be.
Anyways,
that's the truth.
Right now, your behavior is hideous. Anyways.
Okay, I was going to say your outfit's hideous, but it's not. Pow! Snap, crackle, pow! Like a firework up in here with that fluorescent headband.
My son wants to give a shout out to his channel. He played music today, and he wants you guys to subscribe to his channel. I will put it in the description for him.
Holy.
I will do that favor for him.
I didn't even, okay, I didn't expect that. I didn't know what that is.
He's just telling me right now, please tell them to check me out.
Okay, well, he needs to put his face in the camera, don't you think? But he's bashful. He's trying to...
Well, he did play the guitar, but he didn't show his face, so...
He's trying to promote his guitar on his little phone, and he won't even come into the camera and wave hello. So I'm guessing when he did his video, he probably had the video pointed right at his hands.
Yes.
And the guitar, not at his face.
Yes.
Okay, so that makes sense. So if you want to support his hands, then we'll put a... He's bashful, but that's okay. We're going to get him out of that. Let's go, Chris. Let's go. What are you at, Chris? He won't show up, though. I have a new tennis player that I like as much as I think Sabalenka, if not more, at this point. Here it goes. Drum roll. Boom.
It's Kyrgios, many girls, because he's got so many.
No, not Kalinskaya. Not Kalinskaya.
Oh, who do you like?
I do like Kalinskaya as well.
She played good tennis.
However, Aliona Bosova.
Oh, gosh.
The Moldovan / Spanish tennis player.
She's another one that needs to get fit. So you
what? That girl's ripped. You got the wrong.
You just like
what are you talking about?
You can't say anything.
You better pull her up right now. You got the wrong place. She's ripped off. What are you even talking about? She just shot from the hip. She's the
one with short hair. With tattoos.
Well, yes, but she's ripped.
She looks like Andreescu.
Come on, pull up Aliona Bosova. You just shot from the hip.
She looks like Andreescu.
You pull up a picture of Aliona Bosova.
She looks like Andreescu.
Bravo, Oscar, Lima, Sierra,
like
Oscar.
I don't need to.
Victor, pull her up.
No, I could see yesterday's matches and just click on her.
Well, you need to do something and put images in a hurry because you just sounded worse than you did when you were trying to say that I was Sharapova not long ago, knowing that I've won like the last 7 or 10 matches.
But you're a hypocrite for saying that.
She's ripped, man. Anyway. I like her a lot. She's feisty, and you know what?
That's ripped?
She is.
That's ripped?
I'm going to show that picture.
That's ripped?
Can you show me another picture?
That's ripped? Okay, guys. Here we go. He talks about Andreescu not being in shape, right? But here's this girl. Tell me who looks in better shape.
She's good, man.
Come
You
on
better
now.
give me another image of
Nah,
this.
come
Give
on
me
now.
something.
This is a
You can't-
rabbit show. Come on now.
Fake news. Fake
Come
news.
on now.
Give me another picture.
Please, dog,
Can you
he's
give me
full of-
another picture, please?
He's full of doo-doo.
Give me another picture.
No,
So
let's go.
you're a fake news spreader. Look, give me that one.
Okay, here.
Give me that
Here.
one right there.
Here's another
Give
one.
me the other
Sure.
one. Okay, I'll take that one with long hair. All right.
Okay, so she looks in better shape to you guys than Andreescu? Get real, Justin.
Fake news right here.
Fake news.
Look, there's 100.
I just caught him.
There's
Come on.
100 pictures where she
Blah,
looks like
blah.
a stallion,
Blah,
and you're
blah.
missing that. That's like from 1982.
Let's go to the. Oh man.
Topic number 3: Sabalenka haters. I told you what.
But here's another. I gotta just show how hypocritical you are. Here's another one. Come on now. Come on now. Andreescu looks in better shape now.
By the way, before I mention Sabalenka beating Azarenka and some of you losing Azarenka on your fantasy team because my Sabalenka that everyone laughed at me because I said she's a good player.
She's supposed to win round 1, Justin.
But okay.
She's supposed to. She's ranked in the top 10, right? Or 11, whatever she's
Did
ranked.
not Wild Live 1 send us a picture of him wearing earmuffs prior to
I
the
don't
match?
have it.
Because
Yeah, I don't have
where
it.
is it?
The kids have my phone.
Lack of preparation. This is what I'm talking about. In tennis, lack of preparation. We had a beautiful picture of someone that sent us a picture, Wild Live 1, was all having to wear earmuffs before Azarenka and Sabalenka play. And you slacked on the preparation. This is why she gets beaten out on the court. This is why. This is why. I don't know. Anyway, moving forward, we did not break the screech meter out for that match.
Because they didn't show that match, most of it.
Well, for one reason, they didn't show it, but 2 other people around the globe saw it, and there was no reaction to it. But furthermore, Paolo Lorenzi, still from the first round, grunt off. Paolo Lorenzi is going to be tough to beat. Do you think Paolo Lorenzi can be out-grunted or screeched as this tournament proceeds forward? Do you think? Oblivious. He's not even paying attention.
I was going to show him that picture. I have it now.
She's a space cadet. Space cadet. Use the force or do something. Gosh.
Here it is.
Oh, you got it. She wasn't being a space cadet. She was using the force.
Right before he's about to watch
So
Azarenka and
here's the context. Think
Sabalenka.
about it. I am about to watch the Azarenka-Sharapova match. Or Azarenka, sorry, that would have been equally as bad. Azarenka-Sabalenka.
Here he is. He says, all ready for Sabalenka versus Azarenka.
Let's go. Put the earmuffs on. I like that bright, lively blue. That's cute.
Oh, it's cute.
I'm kidding. Hey, Chris, you want to say hello for your deal? All right, here we go. All right, so moving forward, Grigor Dimitrov moves on.
We got to talk about last night's matches before.
So,
we
Chris, you come over here, bro. Come over here. Come on, you want to say hello?
I'll put
Oh, he
you-
almost fell over the
I'll put
whole
you on
racket
the,
bag.
I'll put you on the. I tag your video on our thing.
Yeah,
can
just
check it out.
give him a thumbs up or something. You know, he's bashful, but that's cool. Grigor Dimitrov moves on. 2 points for me after Borna Choric.
Why are we talking about today's matches when there were some matches from last night?
I have. Okay, go ahead.
Well, let's talk about. We were talking about Arina Sabalenka, number 9th seed, who's supposed to win 9th seed against Victoria Azarenka, and Azarenka that has not found her form yet. 3 sets, by the way. This was a grunting fest. One was and the other one was like 3-6,
Swilling
6-3,
pit.
6-4.
You got that wrong.
This was the battle of the screeches. Who can like say come on? But at the end, they both shook hands, gave each other a hug. They're from the same country, Belarus. Good win for good win for Sabalenka. I mean, not my favorite player.
Told you.
So she will face now Patty Mao Putintseva, who won last night against Brengle.
Sabalenka will win that match, and I'll say
I think Putintseva will knock her out.
You want to take some action on that?
Sure.
How much you want to take?
I don't know.
What you want to do?
You lost the bet that you still haven't paid for.
What's
so
that?
how many more bets?
Okay, we asked everyone to vote what we should do on the show. Did
Well, you
anyone?
tell me.
Did even one person respond?
Okay, well, I think Patty Mao Putintseva is gonna win.
I think Sabalenka will beat the brakes off that girl.
No.
Watch and see.
She needs to fix her hair. I agree with you, Wildlife. What the hell is that? She just goes like this.
Watch and see what happens.
It's like, she's like,
Watch and see what happens.
I'm like, why do you guys go out to the tennis court like that? I don't get it.
You know, all I'm going to say for the last time is watch and see what happens. You heard? We good?
Yeah, we're good. Next match that we had last night was, unfortunately, Sloane Stephens goes out to the other player we were talking about. Big upset. Sloane Stephens goes down to the 20-year-old. Anna Kalinskaya, 6'3", 6'4".
Isn't that Kyrgios's girl?
No, I mean, he's got so many girls. Who knows?
But isn't that girl that he asked out kind of in a roundabout way during a press conference? Isn't it that girl?
Kind of, yes.
Let's get down. It's all right. Kyrgios looked darn good last night.
Sloane Stephens tried. We watched match point, saved match point. But, the Russian, she was too strong for her. She was too much for her. I mean, she played her points right, ran every point, gave her the angle back. Good win for her.
She hung in there. She hung in there. She hung in there and she won. Sloane Stephens still looks a little bit lost. I think
she looks a little bit thick.
I think the whole coaching shakeup thing and I think she's just now time and again all this stuff weighs in on a player. She looked a little lost. Kalinskaya won.
And she will face off the American Christy Ann, who took out Kuznetsova. Some of you guys had Kuznetsova.
Yeah, so you mentioned An. Is she any relation to Greta An?
No, she's not.
So totally different.
No, she's not. But An was going to actually start. I read an article where she was actually thinking about going back to work, regular job 9 to 5. But she said she's going to put it on hold for this tournament.
Good for her. And whether she goes back to her.
She went to school here. I mean, she went on a scholarship. She's a collegiate player as well.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about players like this that are debating whether to stay on Pro Tour or go to a quote-unquote real job, her words, not mine. Every job in life is a job. I mean, life's tough. I don't care what you do. Life's tough. It's a job to be here in a sense. But for someone like that, I think it's beautiful when they go and forget about, in a sense, of a sport that they bleed and grew up with. And the benefit here is they get to share it now with others. They get to share tennis with John Doe at work that works next to them that's never picked up a tennis racket. They may get the opportunity to do so because of her going. And for me, I think tennis is like a global medicine, international language, a beautiful thing for all mankind. I've had people walk up to me at airports and say, I can tell you play tennis. I'm like, okay, how do you? Well, I can tell by the way you walk or the way you act or the way you talk or the shoes that you have on or whatever it is. And that's the beautiful thing. So hopefully, no matter what, that she'll be able to carry on in one way, shape, or form, right?
Well, she was smart enough to go to college and finish her education.
Good
and then play Pro Tour. Nick Kyrgios played last night against Steve Johnson. I didn't watch this match. You did. I watched maybe a few points. That was it.
I watched this entire match. I know one thing, that Rafael Nadal better be careful with this guy. Last night, Carla pulled the old...
Look. I didn't sleep for 2 days.
Once again?
I didn't sleep for 2 days because my son and my daughter were sick. So, daddy gets to sleep. Mom has to stay up at night. And I didn't sleep for 2 nights. I was irritable. I had to sleep last night.
A couple things about
Nick Kyrgios wasn't worth staying up.
A couple things about last night's match. Dangerous looking from Kyrgios. He looked spot on. Yes, I get there was a little bit of an umpire tirade, but yes, isn't that what he's supposed to do? Aren't the ticket buyers hoping to see something like that? I think that's his brand, right? Anyway, I don't have to repeat that. We know that, right? Stevie Johnson, though, is a fighter. Stevie Johnson is a veteran college player, too. He's been on tour for a very long time. Mustache and all. Boom.
He looks like Luigi playing tennis.
Clint Eastwood out there.
Luigi playing tennis.
He's a fighter. There was a point in time where Kyrgios was mouthing off at the umpire. Again, maybe it was planned. Sometimes I'm beginning to think these outbursts are. Stevie Johnson walked by him, and I don't think Kyrgios saw him. And Stevie Johnson said, "Are you going to effing play tennis, bleeping play tennis, whatever, or are you going to host a TV show?" I don't think, looking back at it, that Kyrgios saw him say that. If he heard it and just ignored it, then good for him. However, maybe it was just planned and he just rolled on with the shenanigans anyway. So the question is was Steve Johnson heard by Nick Kyrgios or not? And if Steve Johnson,
I'm sure they told him after.
And if Kyrgios did hear that when it actually happened, would Kyrgios have like DDT'd him off the top rope like Ric Flair? Like what? Boom!
I don't think so because Steve Johnson can hold his ground.
Well, I don't understand that, but tell me that wouldn't have been kind of like some interesting theatrics. You got Steve Johnson, then Kyrgios was yelling at the umpire. Steve Johnson walks up right behind him and the back of his ear. Now, I think it was kind of pansy-ish because you're going to yell at the back of someone's head, because if it was planned, then I think if it would have been more WWE like Vince McMahon planned, they would at least had the guy like facing him, so it would have been a little bit easier to pull off. But nonetheless, Steve Johnson was like, "What do you want to effing play tennis or?"
He probably just got mad.
So,
You're really gonna think about it. You're gonna think about it and I said, "Let me get in front of this guy's face."
But I tell you what,
oh, brother,
Carly,
why are we talking about this?
Because what I'm saying is if any man heard that, regardless of the situation, would you not like flip out on that?
No, not if you're a professional athlete and you have the camera on you and
but,
you just got.
But he flips out all the time
but
for views. Anyway.
Sometimes bad boys need another bad boy to stand up to them.
Anyway,
and they cower down.
I agree totally. I'm with you on that.
You think that maybe he's like, oh snap.
Yeah, this isn't a debate. I agree with you. The question is do you think Kyrgios heard him?
I'm sure he heard him.
And just ignored it?
Ignored it.
So with his bad boy attitude, you think he just ignored it?
A bad boy doesn't like another bad boy.
So that means he's got a lot of bark, but actually no bite.
I think so.
So Kyrgios has a whole lot of bark, but if it came down to it, he would just like curl up in the corner and just like take the butt with him.
No, he wouldn't say that. It's like those bullies that bully you, and then when you finally stand up to them, they back out.
Okay, if Stevie Johnson and Nick Kyrgios roll up into a backyard brawl, who do you think will win?
I think Steve
Johnson. So you take Steve Johnson with a KO. He's
in better shape, yes.
How many rounds? First round knocked out?
First round.
You think Stevie Johnson
takes I think Kyrgios soft. He's got a soft body.
Okay, moving.
Soft. Too soft.
So also too, I wanted to touch base. Kyrgios got in a little bit of trouble by saying the ATP was corrupt. I do want to lay out the context of this. Look at some of the pro sports, soccer, and I'm not talking U.S. soccer because that is just not nearly like European World Cup type stuff or whatever it is, right? Look at U.S. football. Look at U.S. basketball. That's all I can tell you because that's all I've really kind of studied just by pitching this out here. Is that the payback that the owners and fans and ticket sales and the billions of dollars that the NFL and the NBA and a lot of other global sports put back into the players is somewhere around 50%. So let's say, hey, I own the NBA and there's my players. At the end of my $1 billion revenue gaining season, I'm going to give half of that back to my players. You get it? NFL, I'm going to give half of that back to my players, right? In the NFL, you've got maybe 30% of the players with $100 million contracts across the board, right? But yet in tennis, you take the beholders of the sponsorships and the tournament organizers and the powers to be, and they give back, quote unquote here, do your own research, Google it up however you want to do your research, give back about 15%. So NFL, NBA, they make $10 billion. They're going to give 50% of that back in contracts, max contracts, player development, etc. But in tennis, you get this, not that amount. It's not that big, but it's not terribly far off. And we're building Louis Armstrong roofs and Arthur Ashe roofs, which neither stadium ever sell out. But you give 15% back into tennis. That's his argument. And is it valid? And we're not going to blow up the show talking about it, but that's his argument. The ATP is corrupt because if you look at sports like football where you want to...
I mean, he's right to say it, but do you think if like somebody like Serena would have said, hey, the ATP or WTA is corrupt, what would have happened?
Well, Serena's also worth maybe $500 million, and maybe that's an exaggeration, but maybe $300 million probably. Nick Kyrgios is just, Nick Kyrgios. At the same time, look at Pospisil. Didn't Pospisil come out and say the same type of corrupt type stuff has been going on, and he's sick of talking about it? Isn't Pospisil now into the second round of the U.S. Open?
Yeah.
Anyway, comment on that below. Let's not get into that, but that's why Kyrgios said the ATP is corrupt because in the major sports, a lot of the most respectable ones that have been doing it for decades give about 50% back to the players, etc. And in tennis, they give back about 15%. We're building roofs, but yet if you're not in the top 10, we can't survive. That's it. We're going to move forward. I mentioned here Nadal better be careful with Kyrgios. He looked spot on last night, and I had already mentioned Stevie Johnson. All right. Real quickly, let's talk about today's women's results, men's results, and it with 12 rapid fire. Roll out.
We had only a few matches. We had the first match, which was Karolina Pliskova. She took out a Georgian player named Mariam Bobadze. 6-1, 6-4. Not much to talk about there. She did her job. It was indoors, so you can hear the ball striking. Pretty quick match. Not one of my favorite matches to watch today. The most exciting match today was definitely Alina Svitolina, the 5th seed, who takes out the veteran Venus Williams, the 39-year-old, 6-4, 6-4. They were both whacking the ball. I mean, Svitolina looked a lot better. She looked thicker. She looked stronger. She looked like she did 2 years ago. 2 years ago when they thought she could win a Grand Slam. So I think probably Gail Monfils has a lot to do with that. Probably, telling her, get healthier. You know, it's better to get thicker. It's better to be stronger than too thin in tennis. I mean, she was really striking the ball. Venus had a few times where she could, you know, it looked like she might take the second set, ask for coffee quite a few times. And we know that she deals with a disease that she runs out of energy and she needs the caffeine to keep her going.
That's cool. Look,
it's not cool. You don't know her body and you don't know what she's going through.
Let me elaborate on this. So again, I always reiterate, I love Venus Williams. One of my favorite players ever. I'm a huge Wimbledon fan. She's won, I think, 5 of them. Love Venus. She is incredibly fit, if not a huge example for everyone out there of how fit you can still be at 39 on the tennis court, because she is still very fit. Svitolina, though, went through a time in her career where she was climbing. She thinned out. She thinned up, and she kind of went on a decline. All of a sudden, here's Monfils, and their smiles, and you know they go through, they're up and down, and here she is starting to strengthen up. It looks to be. I think this has benefited her, so I think she should stay on the same trajectory that she is now, and then she may very well get to a semifinal of a major. I still don't think she'll win a major.
Well, she's got a good opportunity. She plays either Diana Yastremska or Rebecca Peterson, so you know, good little draw for her. Also today, Madison Keys from the US at 10 seed takes out from Japan Misaki Doi 6-4, 6-1, pretty convincingly, pretty quick match for her. Yeah. And right now we have Ashley Barty, who's playing Lauren Davis. She won the first set 6-2 and is down a break 3-4, Davis serving. And the rest of the matches have been suspended. Sakari started her match with Sean Peng, 1-1, suspended. Kyung Wan and Van Yunbang, 1-0. And that was the only match that was able to start, but they're all suspended. Tonight, though, Serena plays against another American, McNally. So that match will happen later on.
I would think Serena will go right through McNally. I mean, you never know. Theatrics, 2 American players facing off against one another. I think McNally's from the Cincinnati area, isn't she?
She is.
Where Dave Raines is from, who is here. That just got here tonight.
She should be here tonight, yeah.
Let's go.
Next match, the men's match.
Let's go to the men's side.
Roger Federer goes to another 4-set match against Zumor. Started slow again and then won pretty quickly, I thought. I know I get Wayne Chia sends me a message and a few other people, I'm worried. I think Federer is older, so it takes him longer to warm up. I mean, are we worried that Djokovic is taking a bit longer?
What's the score of the Djokovic
He had guessed 6-4. He had guessed yesterday 2-2 and 2. It's 6-4, 6-5 right now.
Djokovic is still fine.
He'll win that match.
And Djokovic will be fine.
He'll win that match.
Again, I get we had a shoulder, elbow injury timeout. I think that was more, hey, Londero, slow your roll a little bit. I don't want you to get too hot in these games, start to roll off too quick. Djokovic will be fine. Federer, on the other hand, I don't know. What I saw was Nagal again. That's not Nadal. Nagal, the Indian player that Federer played in the first round. We watched Zumor come in and do the same thing, and was it? Look, so the young Indian man comes in, does damage in the first set. Zumor comes in and does damage in the first set. Does anyone think if that's a semifinal or a final that Federer's going to be able to afford to cough up a quick first set like that? I mean, does anyone think that it's okay?
It's okay. 4 sets.
We know that Djokovic is a little diva-ish. We know he likes to take off his shirt. By the way, so Djokovic gets the trainer timeout. He takes off his shirt. Now tell me where it's cool. Who was the women's tennis player that lifted?
Cornet.
Was it Cornet?
Alicia
Cornet that took her shirt off and was like, oh my gosh, she's got Serena Williams wears a cat suit. And it's like, yeah, you can't wear that ever again. But homeboy rips his shirt off time and time again, and a lot of other players do. But I'm just saying, where is the same side of the railroad track type thing there? Where's the equality in that one? I mean, I don't want to sit there and look at a hairy chest all day. I think that's I would rather look at something besides a hairy chest. I mean,
I don't want to see a hairy chest.
Maybe you should. I
like the shave.
Shave that Djokovic, or let
like Feliciano Lopez. He had no hair.
Maybe Gillette could do an advertisement. It would flash on the chest, and then would begin an arrow, and would say, "This guy needs Gillette." You know, so Gillette could flash across his forehead. And there could be an arrow.
For the guys that probably going to say, Gillette. How can you guys say that? It's just hair. I can tell you women do not like hair.
They don't like that hairy stuff,
They don't like hair on them.
Yeah, that burly bear stuff, I'm out. All right? I'm out of the burly bear stuff. Dimitrov moves forward. All you Dimitrov haters, Dimitrov will have to... Dimitrov will have to get through either Pablo Cuevas or the lucky loser, which I hope I pronounced this correctly, Maszczak from Poland. Maybe him and Swiatek can team up for mixed doubles. But I think Dimitrov will move into the fourth round, and I think Dimitrov will meet either De Minaur or Nishikori.
Nishikori wins today in 4 sets against the American Klon. Yay! He didn't go to 5 sets, 4 sets. How exciting. It was a big day of tennis today.
All right, so we're going to end this show, as usual, with 12 rapid-fire questions. Again, we're going to make this a quick one because tomorrow should be a really long day of note-taking.
It's going to be a long day for us tomorrow.
So we're going to try to bail out before 40 minutes. Let's go! And then people can give us feedback if we did it too fast or not. 12 rapid-fire questions. Answer them quickly. You ready, Carla?
Mm-hmm.
Question number 1. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how lucky is Grigor Dimitrov currently?
10. Lucky.
Very lucky. Question number 2, multiple choice. After the U.S. Open completes, what do you look forward to the most? A, the Laver Cup. B, the Davis Cup, the new format that is. C, the ATP or WTA end of the year finals. D, Paris. Or E, the Australian Open 2020.
Australian Open.
Figured so. Me too. Question number 3. I do like Davis Cup, but the pattern was shifted to compete with the Laver Cup for monetary gain, so therefore I think they're both whack, including the next gen finals. That's even more whack. They're all whack.
They still have that?
It's whack. It's whack. It's whack. Yeah, they got a guess. I mean, as long as the big 3 are around, they're having the next gen.
I haven't heard
something.
any advertisement. Okay.
No one else can beat those guys. They got to do something with the rest of the talent that's been wasted for 2 generations. Question number 3. If Nick Kyrgios would have heard Stevie Johnson say, quote, "Are you going to be bleeping playing tennis or just host a TV show?" If he would have heard that, would there have been a brawl or fight on the court?
No.
If so, who would have won?
No, Steve Johnson.
Part C, would that sell more tickets?
Yes.
Question number 4, true or false? I am super excited. I can't wait for Nishikori's next match. Let's go.
That's a joke, right?
True or false?
False.
Question number 5, true or false? Roger Federer is looking his age and has no shot at winning this major or another one for that matter.
True for this one.
Question number 6, agree.
That looks good.
It's because you like him.
No, I mean...
He does. He does. He looks better
good.
than Federer right now.
He looks fresh.
Question number 6. I take that back. You're correct.
Tiebreaker, by the way, with Djokovic and Lundero.
Question number 6. Agree or disagree? Venus Williams looks incredibly fit for a 39-year-old tennis player.
Yeah, definitely.
Agree.
I'm a year older than her, yeah.
Question number 7. This is a good one. Alina Svitolina's coach, Andrew Bettles, looks more like A, a hobbit, B, an elf, C, someone you would see out on the Shire, D...
It's the same thing as a hobbit.
Okay, pick one. D, an extra in a Harry Potter movie. Or E, none of the above, but he does make me want to say, stay positive, yeah? Stay and just do your thing, yeah?
He looks like a hobbit.
He makes you want to speak
He looks
English.
like a hobbit, and then he could live in the Shire. One of my favorite movies, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I'm going to say he should be
Viggo
in
Mortensen is the man.
Shire with the bow and arrow. I'm in. I agree with you, Carla. Take him to the Shire. Maybe Svitolina will have an opportunity to go to, what is that place called? Gandor? With the fire, and the dude has to throw the ring in there? Moldor?
Is it Moldor, Chris?
Who knows? Next question. We're going to run out of time. Question number 8. True or false? True or false? Using the ball boys and ball girls to fetch coffee for certain players during a match is just going too far.
It is going too far.
It's going too far. You were saying
It made
something.
the kid look stupid.
You were saying something earlier about Venus Williams. The only thing I was going to say is maybe she could keep like one of those little caffeine coffee shots in her bag, and when she needs it, like everyone else, you can just sip it like their little fruit pouches. But yet she calls the ball boy out to go fetch her some coffee from the local corner Starbucks sitting outside the U.S. Open
I don't know that he
I
fetches
think that's
it.
too far.
He doesn't fetch it. Somebody brings it to him. He brings it to her.
That's a whole lot of fetching going on.
All right, let's go to the next question because you said under
Jeez.
40 and it's not going to happen.
All right. Question number 9. Is this Venus Williams' last year on tour, or will she stay through to get through the next Olympics?
We know she's playing to the Olympics, but I don't think she's going to make much noise next year.
Question number 10. Hundreds of millions of dollars are spent on roofs at the U.S. Open, Arthur Ashe Stadium and Louis Armstrong Stadium. Neither one, I've been there many times, has ever sold out even the biggest of matches.
Well, because they're too high. Nobody wants to see tennis from all the way up there.
Looks like there's
you might as well say, here, guys, for those of you who don't want to pay tickets, you have to sit up there.
And you still got to pay tickets up there. I'm
just saying, if you're going to make people sit up there, give it to them for free.
Yeah, or something.
I wouldn't make them pay for that.
I mean, the players look that big from up there.
It's not even fun. You're better off grabbing your cell phone and looking at it while sitting at
or watching it on TV, or at least walking downstairs below Arthur Ashe Stadium where the big screens are and just sitting there next to the fountain with the nice spray of the fountain in the background and just watch it there.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so with hundreds of millions of dollars spent on roofs at the U.S. Open, and the tournament is still basically rained out, at the same time, our tennis courts here, and I'll speak for this country because I've lived all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast and to the Northeast, all of our tennis courts, for the most part, less expensive club settings are crumbling. Our tennis court infrastructure is crumbling. Could the money been used for better things besides too extravagant overkill roofs, like putting them into tennis court infrastructure to help tennis bounce back?
They could have used it to build a better American tennis. Sponsor more people.
Jeez, it's preposterous. Over the eons of time have built huge structures. I'm going to build this big pyramid, or I'll build castle, so you'll know who the boss is. Let's go. Oh, I got a castle. What are you going to do? And how many people come in and invade that castle? And,
I thought the Mayan ruins were pretty neat.
And they just reduce
Those
it
are
to...
pretty high, too.
Eventually, it becomes rubble. Eventually, castles are rubbled. I'm not saying it's going to be rubbled, but our infrastructure of tennis courts across the country, which adds up to a huge castle, is rubbled. But I'm glad there's two new roofs that I get. One court needs a roof for like big matches, in case it rains out. Oh, geez. But you got two. Anyway, I'm not going to get into this.
Yeah, we're at 41 already.
Anyway, question number 11. Coco Gauff is a very fun firecracker type young tennis player. Will she continue this and have a long and prosperous championship type career?
It's too soon to tell. I don't know.
Yes or no?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
I think she has a good shot at it.
I mean, she's fun to watch.
She speaks well. She acts well.
Yeah.
She's
yeah.
built. She's built
well.
strong.
Yeah.
I think she has a great chance.
I hope so.
As long as she stays injury free, she's got a great shot.
I hope so.
Last question. Question number 12. Did Novak Djokovic honestly need the trainer medical timeout for his shoulder, elbow, whatever? Did he honestly need it, or did he just want to let Londero, with Argentinian young man, cool down some because he couldn't find his rhythm, and then he just continued on calling the trainer simply to try to pull off what might be too obvious? So did he need the timeout?
He needed the trainer. I can't go there with that.
I'm not saying he did.
You saw a few of the shots that he hit, and you can't really hide that. Pain is pain.
Yeah, I'm not saying he did or did not.
No, you're asking me. I'm telling you the answer.
Yeah. How many times have we seen Djokovic freak out to his box for pain medication, freak out to this person about that, freak out to that person, I need my letter now.
He didn't freak out with this.
I know, I'm just saying, he didn't freak out at all,
no. But
I think that there was a little bit more to the story than hurting. I think that was a good tactic, kind of like we talked about earlier in football. Hey, the quarterback keeps throwing 50-yard bombs, and he's spot on. You eventually want to call a timeout. I don't think his shoulder's going to bother him when he meets Federer. If that even happens. I don't think it's going to
be fine.
He's going to be fine.
He'll be fine.
Don't buy too much into the jargon.
Oh, his elbow. Well, that way if he lost, he can say,
that way if I get
he can say my elbow, and then Kyrgios beat him because of the elbow.
But then I won. Yay. Operation Cheeseball. All right, that's it, everyone. Today was rained out, so we want to do this more rapid, but it didn't end up that rapid.
He talks a lot.
Let's go, though.
He talks a lot.
Much love to all of you. We will see you tomorrow, a busy day tomorrow, and we look forward to that. Thanks so much to all of you. That's it.
Adios.
Adios.